And I want you to prepare, first of all, to the audience for tomorrow. We don't want anybody to think it is anti-Semite or quote-unquote, haters of this or that. Would you explain about your background first?
My grandfather was Jewish on my mother's side, and this really has nothing to do with anti-Semitism. It's a historical study of what happened in the Armenian genocide, and it simply addresses facts.
I want to talk about Thomas Massey, libertarian.
Well, damn it, it's important because Americans, 500,000 Americans have died from that fucking disease. And the alternative media has been subverting the United States so that disease perpetuates itself. It is killing thousands of Americans every fucking day. And you are a part of it, covering up how this disease is destroying us. And I think it stinks. And you, Adam Green, we got to treat this disease seriously and get it under control and stop.
All right, I just dumped Bjerknes. He says, fuck you. All right, I'm going to finish this stream alone. Whoa. Just a second.
The following is a challenge to a debate directed towards Christopher John Bjerknes. Those who are familiar with his work know that Bjerknes is notorious for recycling old KPD and Strasserist slander against Adolf Hitler and the final formulation of the NSDAP under him. Both the KPD and the Strasserists made similar accusations in the 1930s in order to defame the NSDAP and its leader Adolf Hitler. In one particularly nasty case of defamation and slander, Hitler even sued and won the case against those who promoted these lies against him. These lies ranged from Hitler being a puppet of big capitalists from England and America, to Hitler being a rogue communist and revolutionary. These refuted accusations continue to surface almost a century later, and men like Christopher John Bjerknes are only the latest personalities to promote them. Christopher John Bjerknes might be most well known for his book titled Adolf Hitler, Bolshevik and Zionist, in which he tries to insinuate that Adolf Hitler was an early admirer of Kurt Eisner, the Jewish communist revolutionary responsible for the overthrow of the Bavarian monarchy and the establishment of a short-lived communist republic that lasted from the 12th of April to the 3rd of May, 1919. He points to footage taken during Kurt Eisner's funeral and claims that Hitler can be spotted marching with a black armband in honor of the fallen communist revolutionary. Bjerknes then proceeds to conclude without any scruples that this is conclusive proof that Adolf Hitler was a Bolshevik communist until the day that he died. Questions of whether the man in the footage really was Hitler or not are never raised. Let us say that it was indeed Hitler. Then as well, there are no questions about possible alternative reasons as to why Hitler may have marched in that funeral. For example, one could conclude that one possible reason Hitler may have marched was because he was a soldier in the military at the time, and during the regime change that resulted in the Soviet Republic of Bavaria, Hitler really had no choice on whether he should march or not. If his superior gave the order that he should march, then he must obey it, or else face possible consequences for disobeying military orders. Keeping in mind that Hitler was still a young man in 1919 who had very little knowledge about the world at large and was essentially ignorant of the things he would later learn, is it possible that he may have simply been following orders like any good soldier in that situation would? Of course, Bjerknes does not bring up such questions because he has his own narratives to push that are vital to his agenda. In March of 2020, I took part on a discussion panel with the Citizen Reporter. The guests on the panel were myself, Dennis Wise, who is the director and producer of the documentary The Greatest Story Never Told, and Dennis Fecho, who is an accomplished commentator and radio host in his own right. During this show, we dissected the debate that was conducted on the 8th of March 2020 between Dennis Wise and Christopher John Bjerknes on the show No More News with Adam Green. We shattered the deceptive arguments and formulations that Christopher John Bjerknes builds his narrative with. The entire discussion is available both on my BitChute channel as well as that of the Citizen Reporter. In the debate, Bjerknes made the following claim, and I quote, "Hitler decided to invade Poland without provocation." Now, I have on my channel multiple videos that refute this ridiculous statement, but even so, it was so provocatively vile that I felt the need to create yet another video specifically addressing this very same statement in of itself, even going as far as to use Christopher John Bjerknes' face in the thumbnail of the video. Needless to say, Bjerknes has been repeatedly refuted by me in many of the claims that he has made in support of his narratives regarding this topic. But I am, of course, not the only one. A certain Doug Thomas of the website called Renegade Tribune has produced a series of articles titled The Lies of Christopher Bjerknes, which dismantle all credibility Bjerknes may have at length. These articles are a must-read for anyone who still places any stock in the reliability and credibility of Christopher John Bjerknes. All relevant links pertaining to the information shared up to this point in the video shall be posted in the description below. As stated in the beginning of this video, I am hereby challenging Christopher John Bjerknes to a debate. While I would also like to debate Bjerknes on his views of Christianity and Judaism, I am aware that he is already being challenged on that by another like-minded person in my circle of associations. Thus, I would ask Bjerknes to accept our challenges to debate these topics once and for all. The challenge has now been put forth.